Welcome to Reflection Tuesday. It's customary to combine the information narrated in the four Gospels and create something that we usually refer to as a harmony. Certainly, this approach allows for a fuller account of all that Jesus said and did. But there is a downside to the harmonizing approach, and that is you miss the intention of a single author. What is Matthew trying to convey? And that gets overlooked. Case in point, Matthew contains a single utterance from Jesus during his crucifixion. For Matthew, Jesus' question summarizes the worst of the pain induced by the crucifixion. As I pointed out in my previous couple of reflections, Matthew 27 verses 26 through 37 conveys what the Romans inflicted upon Jesus. And verses 38 through 44 shows what the Jerusalem leadership and elite did. They emotionally flogged Jesus. And in these verses, 45 through 50, the severest blow given to Jesus as he hung on the cross are contained in those verses. And it's after the voices of the two bandits, the Jewish leaders, and the elite have faded, that an eerie, silent, quiet darkness drifted in and hovers over the scene for about 3 hours. Then at about 3 in the afternoon, Jesus mustered all his strength and bellowed a question. Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani. My God, why have you forsaken me? Now, when most people talk about being God-forsaken, it's communicated as an angry complaint. Something like Job did in chapter 6, verse 4 in the book that bears his name. And here's what he said, "For the arrows of the Almighty are in me. My spirit drinks their poison. The terrors of God are arrayed against me." Now, because Jesus' utterance had a humble earnestness about it, the bystanders inferred he was calling out to Elijah, that Old Testament Hall of Fame prophet. And if that were the case, they thought it's best to step away and make room for the fiery prophet should he make an appearance. But then perhaps Jesus is hallucinating, so let's give him some sour wine to revive his senses. Lost in the bystander's awareness is Jesus' question is actually a quotation from Psalm 22, verse 1, the words of King David of 1,000 years before. Now, when David asked his question, God had stepped away so that David's enemies could harass him and awaken him to repentance. Jesus, however, needed no repentance. And as one of the leading priests a bit earlier had rightly phrased it, he trusts in God. No one trusted or has trusted the Father more than Jesus. And so the question Jesus asked comes from a blameless, trusting heart that's been flogged by God. And it's a question asked in earnest humility. My God, why have you forsaken me? The tone of Jesus' question reminds me of Abraham's conversation with Yahweh concerning Sodom in Genesis 18. This was Abraham's question. Will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Far be it from you to do such a thing, to slay the righteous with the wicked, so that the righteous fare as the wicked. Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is right? Now, Jesus did everything that the Father expected a human to do, and then some. My God, why have you forsaken me? This is a question about God's character. Is evil more powerful than Yahweh? Is God unable to keep his promises? Does God care about suffering and injustice? Will God remain silent even though Jesus' question puts the matter squarely in his court? Jesus' question asks God, "Who are you?" Until next time, I ask that you keep faith and await for God's response.